July 31st, 2025 is Thursday. It is 9:34 Eastern Standard Time. And I'd like to say again, good morning to my listeners. This is about the councilman, Ablaze, in Danville, Virginia. Very horrific, but I'm going to give you a straight through for this radio broadcast today, so please listen up. On Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, at approximately 11:30 a.m. Local time, Danville police responded to the 700 block of Main Street after reports of an assault. Inside the Showcase Magazine's office, 38-year-old Danville City Councilman Lee Vogler, who also serves as Director of Sales and Managing Partner at the publication, was confronted by 29-year-old Shotzi Michael Buck Hayes, a man known to him personally, according to the Daily Beast and one other reputable source. Hayes forced entry into the locked office carrying a 5-gallon container of gasoline, poured it over Vogler, who ran screaming through the building, calling for help. The chase continued outside, where Hayes ignited gasoline, setting Vogler ablaze in front of the building. Emergency responders put out the flames on scene. Vogler remained conscious and able to identify his attacker. He was airlifted first to a burn center in Lynchburg, Virginia, then transferred to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, for specialized burn care. This radio broadcast will be repeated for those of you just entering the room. The suspect Hayes fled in a but was arrested a few blocks away thanks to witness descriptions and police action, according to ABC News and the Daily Beast. Hayes was charged with attempted first-degree murder and aggravated malicious wounding and is being held without bond at Danville City Jail as the investigation continues. Authorities stressed this was a personal dispute, not politically motivated. As of now, that's the latest. Vogler and Hayes were known to each other outside of Vogler's council work, according to the Daily Beast and People.com and 3 other reputable sources. Now, public community leaders immediately condemned the act. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, Danville's mayor and vice mayor, and Showcase magazine publisher Andrew Brooks called for unity and prayers for Vogler's recovery. Thank here and how this affects you and I, you, my listeners, and me, just us normal folks. Well, elected officials, public servants, and all citizens are reminded that personal disputes can escalate tragically. So we must march with caution in relationships and know who you are involved with and stay alert. This incident underscores a rising trend of violence directed at public figures and the blurred line between public roles and private conflicts that can lead to danger. Now, for those of you just coming into the program, I always like to, if I can, and the time allows me to, and baby Victor is not doing his show in the background, I like to try to repeat it for you all. And welcome, I'm going to say the last name, Maleng, to the program. Welcome. Welcome. Hola, buen día. And welcome to everyone here in the room. On Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, at approximately 11:30 a.m. local time, Danville police responded Danville, Virginia, responded to the 700 block of Main Street after reports of an assault. Inside Showcase Magazine's office, 38-year-old Danville City Councilman, his name is Lee Vogler, who also serves as Director of Sales and Managing Partner at the publication, was confronted by 29-year-old Shotzi Michael Buck Hayes, a man known to him personally, according to the Daily Beast and one other reputable source. Hayes forced entry into the locked office carrying a 5-gallon container of gasoline, and he poured it over Vogler, who ran screaming the building, calling for help. The chase continued where Hayes ignited the gasoline, setting Vogler ablaze in front of the building. According to AP News and Daily Beast and People.com and 5 other reputable sources. Now, emergency responders, they put out the flames on scene. Vogler remained conscious and able to identify his attacker. He was airlifted first to a burn center in Lynchburg, Virginia, then transferred to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, for specialized burn care, according to AP News and The Guardian and 5 other reputable sources. Now, the suspect, Hayes, fled in a vehicle, but was arrested a few blocks away thanks to witness descriptions and police action. That's according to ABC News and the Daily Beast. As far as how the community respond, legally and just community response, Hayes is charged with attempted first-degree murder and aggravated malicious wounding and is being held without bond at Danville City Jail as the investigation continues. Hi, Run DM Hunter. Welcome to the program. Good morning and blessings to you and family. Authorities stress that this was a personal dispute, not politically motivated as of now. As we know, Vogler and Hayes were known to each other outside Vogler's council work, according to the Daily Beast and People.com. Public officials and community leaders immediately condemned the act. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, Danville's mayor and vice mayor, and Showcase magazine publisher Andrew Brooks called for unity and prayers for Vogler's recovery. That is also according to the Daily Beast and People.com, The Guardian as well, and 5 other reputable sources. Now, how does this affect you and I? You, my listeners, me, us just normal folks? Again, I repeated earlier, elected officials and public servants, they're all citizens. And personal disputes can escalate tragically, and somebody else could have been harmed in this attack too as well. So thank God there was nobody else harmed. Now, I would say to you, again, march with caution in relationships. Know who you are involved with and stay alert. Very important. This incident underscores a rising trend of violence directed at public figures and the blurred line between public roles and private conflicts that can lead to very grave danger. Okay? Now, that is your Councilman Ablaze bulletin for the morning. Okay, we're delivering raw facts and clear warnings from Danville, Virginia. Keep your guard, value your peace, and just stay informed, folks. I'm going to be signing off here. Again, I appreciate you all listening. Please help me to 1,000 subscribers so I can keep this program running. It's an old school radio broadcast. That's why I do not do a lot of video and all of those things, because that's not what it's for. It's for us to listen, learn, and grow from the information that we learn each and every day, whether or not bad or good. But if we take that information and we march forward and use the positive information that we learn in order to progress further, then trust me, we as a people, no matter whether or not you're a white, brown, whether or not you're purple, whether or not you're green, whether or not you're blue, it doesn't matter where you're from or what's your creed. What matters is that at the end of the day, like I tell folks, if it's 2 of you all in the ocean and you need to survive like the Titanic, you don't care if that person is brown, black, white, purple, green, blue, skittish, pink. You don't care what the person is. You guys are going to stick together and you guys are going to push forward. Hello, Isaiah Hand. Welcome to the program. Well, you all are going to push together, and that's what matters. And again, a lot of folks are being attacked, especially a lot of political leaders. Folks are being in prison, especially a lot of people, what we call political prisoners. There's many of them that we have to continue to speak out for, and we have to continue for folks who are just running for councilmen, and they have to worry about their friends or people that they may know of coming into their office or where they work and throwing fire or throwing gasoline on them and then placing them ablaze and potentially almost killing the person. This is what's occurring in our society. So we must hold it together. We must be strong and we must push forward. And again, it doesn't matter if you're purple, black, if you're blue, if you're pink. It doesn't matter where you're from and what your creed is. At the end of the day, we are all human. We march off of one thing, off of air, because we need the air. And we all have beating hearts that we need to operate. And we need to work together as a society to make the society better. If you all enjoyed it today, I appreciate you all. And I would appreciate it if you all take the time. It is free to do. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and I can only do it with your help. Give the video a like and share the video if you feel that this program or other programs that I also have on a daily basis, sharing the global news, keeping up to date with the news in an old-fashioned way to where you all are not blindsided by what's on your screen or what video or what picture is popping up. You guys are just listening with your ears. This is very appreciative, and it's very helpful for you all and myself too as well. I stress a lot how reading is very important, how listening is very important in order for us to be productive as people. It doesn't matter who you are. This is why I don't provide the video, because it doesn't matter who you are. It matters who we are in the inside, and it matters that we all have to do the same thing every day in order to proceed. And that one thing that we have to do every day in order to proceed is breathe. And we all are breathing the same air, whether or not you're in Africa, whether or not you're in Ethiopia, whether or not you're in Kenya, whether or not you're in Russia, whether or not you're in China, whether or not you're in Japan, whether or not you're in the Netherlands. No matter where you may be, we are breathing all the same air. We are in need of the same thing, which is air to breathe. And so that means that us as a society, we must see past the color, because color and racism is getting bolder and bolder. Fascism and authoritarianism is getting bolder and bolder as the days go by. And so we must conquer that, us as society, by sticking together and realizing how important our skin color doesn't matter. It matters who is within us and what type of intentions we have for each and every one of our neighbors and each and every one of the other humans that are walking on this earth. We have to think of those things, and we have to keep that in mind. So I thank you all for being here again. You have a wonderful and blessed day, and thank you for listening to this radio broadcast. I am Pavi OG, your host, and I am over and out.